Have you ever wondered what truly makes a woman unforgettable in a man's eyes? Not the makeup, not the designer clothes, not even the flawless selfies. Have you ever stopped to think that the things men notice most are often invisible, subtle, and far deeper than appearance? Imagine for a moment a woman walking into a room. She doesn't demand attention. She doesn't try to be noticed, yet somehow every head turns, every heart stirs, and every soul feels her presence. What is it that creates this magnetic pull? What is it that makes men see beauty beyond the surface, beyond the skin, beyond the obvious? If you've ever felt overlooked or wondered why some women seem to glow effortlessly, this video is for you. Stay with it until the end, because by the time you finish watching, you'll not only understand the secrets men find beautiful, but you'll also discover a hidden power within yourself that you can unlock starting today. Beauty is often misunderstood. Society tells us it's about perfection, perfect hair, perfect figure, perfect smile. Advertisements, movies, and social media constantly push the idea that what matters is external, what can be seen, what can be measured. But here's the truth that almost no one tells you: men are wired to notice things that can't be captured by a mirror. The qualities that leave a lasting impression are emotional, mental, and spiritual. They are the quiet forces that make someone unforgettable, even in a room full of distractions. This is not just about attraction, it's about resonance. Men are drawn to women who create a feeling, a vibration, a connection that speaks to something deeper in them. And understanding this can change everything about the way you see yourself and the way you show up in the world. Think about it. The most memorable women in your life, the ones who left a mark on your heart, weren't necessarily the ones who fit the social definition of perfect. They were the ones who carried themselves with a subtle confidence, who radiated warmth, who had a fire in their soul that made them shine. This is no coincidence. It's rooted in human psychology. Men are biologically and emotionally drawn to qualities that reflect strength, kindness, and vitality. But here's the thing. These are not traits you are born with, and they are not things that require artificial enhancement. They are cultivated from within. Every action, every thought, every choice you make builds the kind of energy that attracts people without effort. Before we dive into the 3 things men find most beautiful in a woman, it's important to shift your perspective, because the first step to becoming unforgettable is believing that you already have the power to be. It begins with a mindset, a quiet realization that beauty is not about meeting someone else's standards. It's about recognizing your own. You have qualities that no one else has. You have a light that is uniquely yours. And when you tap into that light, when you let it guide your presence, it creates an energy that is impossible to ignore. Men notice authenticity, confidence, and passion far more than perfection. They are drawn to the woman who is at peace with herself, who moves through life with purpose, and who treats others with genuine warmth. Imagine the difference between trying to fit a mold and fully embracing who you are. When you chase superficial ideals, you send a message of uncertainty, of need, of lack. But when you embrace yourself, flaws, quirks, and all, you communicate strength, independence, and self-worth. And this is magnetic. Men are instinctively attuned to it. It's not about being flashy or loud. It's about the subtle, almost invisible signals that say, I know who I am, I respect myself, I have something to offer to the world. These signals resonate on a level deeper than words, and they create an attraction that is lasting, meaningful, and real. Now here's the reward for watching until the end. By the time this video finishes, you will know not only the 3 qualities that men find most beautiful, but also how to cultivate them in yourself. You'll learn how to embody confidence without arrogance, kindness without weakness, and passion without desperation. You'll discover how to shine in a way that draws people in, not by trying, but simply by being. And most importantly, you'll walk away with a renewed sense of self-worth, knowing that the kind of beauty that truly matters is already inside you, waiting to be noticed. So take a deep breath and let yourself absorb this truth. The world has tried to tell you that beauty is external, but the reality is far richer, far more powerful. Men are drawn to what is authentic, what is kind, and what is passionate. And these are qualities that no one can fake, no one can steal, and no one can diminish. They come from within, and they grow stronger every time you choose self-respect over approval, courage over comfort, and love over fear. By understanding this, you are about to step into a new way of seeing yourself and a new way of being seen. Stay with me because the journey is just beginning. The next sections will reveal the 3 things men find most beautiful in a woman, and each one will unlock a piece of your inner power. You'll see how confidence, kindness, and passion are not just traits, they are forces that shape the way people experience you. And as you embrace them, you won't just become more attractive, you'll become unstoppable. Every woman has a spark inside her, a quiet power that often goes unnoticed because it doesn't shout for attention. This spark is what sets certain women apart in a way that is magnetic, unforgettable, and deeply attractive. The truth is, men notice subtleties that often escape the eye. The way a woman carries herself, the way she interacts with the world, the way her energy fills a room. These details matter more than a perfect smile or a flawless figure because they reveal the essence of who she really is. When a woman radiates this kind of presence, she doesn't have to try. It naturally draws people toward her, creating a connection that goes beyond the surface. Confidence is not just about being outgoing or loud. It's about an inner assurance that doesn't waver with the opinions of others. When a woman feels secure in herself, she emits a calm strength that is impossible to ignore. Men sense this immediately, even if they can't explain why. Confidence shows that a woman knows her worth, that she values her time, her energy, and her life. It's a signal that she is capable of handling challenges and standing tall no matter what comes her way. This is far more appealing than trying to impress or seeking constant validation because true power comes from being grounded in who you are. The most confident women understand that mistakes don't define them. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, not as threats to their image. They embrace imperfections, not as flaws to hide, but as unique features that make them real and relatable. This acceptance of self is incredibly attractive because it reflects emotional maturity and resilience. Men are drawn to a woman who can navigate life with grace, someone who doesn't crumble under pressure, but instead responds with clarity and composure. It's this quiet assurance that leaves a lasting impression and creates a deep sense of admiration. Kindness is another layer of beauty that transcends looks. It's the way a woman treats others with genuine care without expecting anything in return. This is not about being soft or weak. True kindness requires strength. It demands patience, understanding, and emotional intelligence. A woman who listens without judgment, who offers support without hesitation, and who uplifts those around her creates an energy that is magnetic. Men notice these qualities because they reflect character, reliability, and emotional depth. Kindness is subtle but powerful. It's not flashy, yet it leaves an imprint on everyone she meets. Emotional intelligence is intertwined with kindness. Being aware of one's emotions and understanding the emotions of others creates a profound sense of connection. A woman who can communicate with empathy, who can comfort and support, who can handle conflicts calmly, embodies a form of beauty that cannot be replicated. This awareness shows that she values relationships and invests in them meaningfully. Men are instinctively drawn to women who understand themselves and others because it promises a partnership built on trust, respect, and genuine connection. These are the qualities that make love deep, lasting, and fulfilling. Purpose adds another dimension to a woman's attractiveness. Men are inspired by women who have dreams, ambitions, and a vision for their lives. Passion is contagious. It ignites energy, curiosity, and admiration. A woman who pursues what she loves, who dedicates herself to growth and achievement, naturally stands out. She doesn't depend on anyone to validate her existence because her life is already full of meaning. This sense of purpose gives her confidence, drives her decisions, and creates a magnetic aura that men are drawn to. Passionate women are not only admired, they are respected. It's important to understand that these qualities, confidence, kindness, and purpose, are not about being perfect. They are about being authentic. Men can sense when someone is genuine, and nothing is more attractive than a woman who is real. She doesn't put on a mask to impress. She allows herself to be seen with honesty and integrity. Authenticity creates trust, and trust builds a connection that goes far deeper than physical attraction. This is why women who embrace their true selves are unforgettable. Their energy speaks before words are spoken. Small habits cultivate these traits every day, taking care of your mind, practicing gratitude, showing compassion, and pursuing your goals all contribute to a magnetic presence. Men notice when a woman has direction, when she moves with intention, and when she treats others with respect. These actions are subtle but powerful. They signal maturity, strength, and reliability. Over time, these qualities become a natural part of her personality, creating a force of attraction that feels effortless and authentic. It's also worth mentioning that self-respect amplifies these qualities. When a woman values herself, she sets boundaries, honors her time, and refuses to settle for less than she deserves. This self-respect is not intimidating, it's inspiring. Men recognize it because it reflects strength, clarity, and stability. A woman who respects herself teaches others how to treat her, and this guidance creates admiration and attraction. True beauty is not about conforming to someone else's expectations. It's about living in alignment with your own values and principles. Every action, every choice, every interaction builds the energy that defines how a woman is perceived. Confidence, kindness, and purpose are not separate from life. They are woven into the way she thinks, feels, and moves. Men are drawn to the rhythm of this energy because it feels safe, exciting, and meaningful all at once. It's the invisible qualities, the subtle vibrations, the inner light that leave a lasting impression. When these traits are embraced fully, a woman doesn't just attract attention, she inspires respect, admiration, and deep connection. Confidence is the silent force that transforms presence into power. It's not loud, it doesn't boast, and it doesn't need validation from anyone. It is felt more than seen. Men are instinctively drawn to a woman who moves through life with certainty, who trusts her own decisions, and who stands firmly in her own light. Confidence communicates that a woman knows herself, values her energy, and refuses to be diminished by the opinions of others. It creates a magnetic pull because it signals strength, independence, and self-assurance, all qualities that resonate deeply on a psychological level. True confidence is rooted in self-awareness. A woman who understands her strengths, acknowledges her weaknesses, and embraces her imperfections exudes a natural charm that cannot be faked. She doesn't seek approval because she has already granted it to herself. This internal certainty is visible in her posture, her expressions, and even in the way she speaks. Men notice it not because it is flashy, but because it is authentic. Confidence allows her to face challenges without fear, to engage with the world without hesitation, and to shine without apology. Self-trust is a major pillar of confidence. When a woman believes in her own judgment and decisions, she inspires respect. Men are drawn to women who act decisively, who take initiative, and who navigate life with a sense of clarity. This is not about being perfect or knowing all the answers. It's about showing that she is capable of handling whatever comes her way. There is an invisible strength in knowing that mistakes are not failures but lessons, that setbacks are temporary, and that resilience is a choice. This mindset radiates an energy that men find magnetic because it reflects emotional stability and maturity. Confidence also creates an aura of positivity and self-worth. A woman who carries herself with poise, who smiles naturally, and who interacts with warmth draws people in effortlessly. Men sense when someone is comfortable in their own skin, and it is far more appealing than superficial beauty. When a woman radiates self-assurance, she doesn't just attract attention, she inspires admiration. It is the feeling of being in the presence of someone who is grounded, centered, and self-possessed that leaves a lasting impression. This is why confidence often outweighs physical appearance in long-term attraction. An important aspect of confidence is embracing individuality. A woman who honors her uniqueness, who celebrates her quirks, and who refuses to conform to societal expectations becomes unforgettable. Men are instinctively attracted to authenticity, and confidence amplifies it. When a woman stops comparing herself to others, stops trying to fit molds, and instead focuses on expressing her true self, she becomes magnetic. Her presence communicates a powerful message. She is whole, she is capable, and she is worthy of respect and love. Boundaries are another reflection of confidence. A woman who knows her limits, who asserts her needs without guilt, and who protects her energy demonstrates strength. Men are drawn to this clarity because it reflects self-respect and emotional intelligence. Confidence is not about being demanding or controlling. It is about being clear about what is acceptable and what is not. This creates an environment of respect and admiration, showing that she values herself and expects the same from others. It is this combination of self-awareness and assertiveness that builds deep attraction. Confidence also allows a woman to handle attention gracefully. Men are often impressed by the way a woman responds to praise, compliments, or even flirtation. A confident woman accepts recognition without arrogance, acknowledges kindness without dependency, and interacts with charm without overthinking. This balance creates a sense of security and admiration. She does not need to seek approval or validation because her self-esteem comes from within, making her presence inspiring and attractive. The impact of confidence extends beyond interactions with men. It influences every aspect of life. A woman who trusts herself approaches her career, relationships, and personal growth with clarity and determination. She makes choices that align with her values, takes risks when necessary, and pursues her passions without hesitation. This energy is not only compelling to men, but also contagious to those around her. People are naturally drawn to individuals who radiate self-assurance, positivity, and competence. It is also worth noting that confidence is cultivated, not inherited. Small daily practices strengthen it, speaking up when necessary, setting and achieving goals, practicing self-compassion, and challenging limiting beliefs. Every step taken outside of fear, every moment of self-validation, adds to an invisible force that becomes a part of her presence. Men notice this strength instinctively because it signals a life lived with purpose, courage, and self-respect. Ultimately, confidence is about freedom. The freedom to be herself, to express her thoughts, to follow her desires, and to live authentically. Men are drawn to this freedom because it inspires them, challenges them, and complements them. A woman who walks through life with quiet certainty leaves a lasting impression, not because of what she looks like, but because of who she is. She becomes a force of nature, a source of inspiration, and a beacon of beauty that comes from deep within. Kindness is a form of strength that often goes unnoticed, yet it holds the power to create deep and lasting impressions. It is not about being passive or agreeable. True kindness comes from a place of understanding, compassion, and empathy. Men are drawn to women who exhibit this quality because it signals emotional stability and depth. A woman who treats others with genuine care without expecting anything in return demonstrates a kind of beauty that is rare and magnetic. This type of attraction goes far beyond appearances because it touches the heart and resonates with the soul. Emotional intelligence is closely tied to kindness, and it plays a pivotal role in creating meaningful connections. A woman who is aware of her own emotions and can navigate them with clarity communicates confidence and maturity. She can recognize the feelings of those around her and respond with sensitivity and thoughtfulness. This awareness is subtle yet powerful. Men are instinctively drawn to women who understand themselves and can empathize with others because it creates a sense of security and comfort. Emotional intelligence shows that a woman is not only capable of love, but also of maintaining balance in her relationships. One of the most compelling aspects of kindness is its authenticity. It is not performative. It is not done to impress or manipulate. It arises naturally from a genuine concern for others. A woman who demonstrates compassion consistently shows that she values people for who they are, not for what they can provide. This creates a magnetic aura because it reflects integrity and sincerity. Men notice when a woman's actions align with her words, and this alignment builds trust, admiration, and deep attraction. Listening is a key element of emotional intelligence and kindness. A woman who listens attentively, without interruption or judgment, makes others feel valued and understood. Men are particularly drawn to this quality because it fosters connection and openness. When someone truly listens, it creates a bond that feels safe and nurturing. It is not about solving every problem or offering advice. It is about presence, understanding, and empathy. This simple act of giving full attention can make a woman unforgettable because it leaves others feeling seen and respected. Patience is another aspect of kindness that enhances attraction. Life is filled with challenges, misunderstandings, and moments of frustration. A woman who can maintain calm, approach situations thoughtfully, and respond with grace demonstrates emotional resilience. Men notice this ability because it reflects stability and maturity. Patience is not a sign of weakness. It is a signal that a woman has control over her emotions and can navigate the complexities of life with wisdom. This quality creates admiration and fosters a sense of comfort and trust in her presence. Generosity of spirit amplifies the beauty of kindness. A woman who shares her time, her support, and her energy without expecting a reward exudes a magnetic quality. This does not mean sacrificing herself or allowing others to take advantage, but rather acting from a place of abundance. Men are attracted to women who give freely, not out of obligation, but because it aligns with who they are. Generosity builds connection, inspires loyalty, and creates a lasting impression that goes far beyond external appearance. Emotional awareness allows a woman to communicate effectively and manage relationships with ease. She can express her feelings clearly, navigate conflicts calmly, and offer comfort when needed. Men are drawn to this because it signals emotional stability, which is a foundation for meaningful and lasting relationships. A woman who can handle her emotions while being sensitive to the feelings of others creates a space of trust, respect, and safety. This ability enhances her presence and makes her inherently attractive on a deep level. Kindness also inspires growth in others. A woman who supports, encourages, and uplifts those around her creates an environment where people feel motivated to be better versions of themselves. Men notice this because it reflects inner strength, generosity, and leadership. Her actions demonstrate that she values connection, not control, contribution, not competition. This magnetic energy makes people want to be close to her, not just for temporary attraction, but for meaningful engagement and mutual respect. Small habits nurture kindness and emotional intelligence every day. Acts of listening, expressing gratitude, offering support, and acknowledging others' efforts all build an aura of compassion. Men instinctively recognize this energy because it reflects authenticity and integrity. Over time, these qualities become a natural part of a woman's presence, creating an invisible but powerful force that draws people in. It is not something that can be forced or faked. It grows from consistency and genuine care. Ultimately, kindness and emotional intelligence create a combination of warmth, stability, and connection that is irresistible. Men are drawn to women who radiate these qualities because it signals a partnership built on understanding, trust, and love. The power of these traits is subtle yet profound. They leave a lasting impression, create emotional bonds, and inspire admiration that goes far beyond what can be seen on the outside. A woman who embodies this form of beauty does not need to chase attention. It finds her naturally because the energy she radiates speaks louder than words ever could. Purpose and passion are like fire within a woman, and it is this fire that often leaves a lasting impression on those around her. Men are drawn to women who live with intention, who pursue goals, and who radiate enthusiasm for life. Passion signals energy, drive, and self-respect. It communicates that a woman has a life she loves, that she is moving forward, and that she is actively creating her own path. This type of magnetism is different from superficial attractiveness because it is rooted in authenticity and ambition, qualities that resonate deeply on both emotional and psychological levels. A woman who embraces her purpose has a clear sense of direction. She knows what she wants and takes steps every day to move closer to her dreams. This clarity gives her an inner strength that is visible in the way she walks, talks, and interacts with others. Men notice this because it reflects independence, self-confidence, and determination. Passion creates a spark that draws attention naturally, not because it demands it, but because it shines without effort. It is impossible to ignore someone who is fully alive and engaged in their journey. The energy of purpose extends beyond goals. It influences mindset and perspective. A woman who is passionate approaches challenges with determination and optimism. She sees obstacles as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and uncertainty as a chance to grow. This mindset is inspiring because it demonstrates resilience and courage. Men are drawn to this energy because it reflects stability and motivation. Being around a woman with a clear purpose is uplifting. It challenges others to elevate themselves and motivates admiration and respect. Passion is also contagious. When a woman speaks about her interests, hobbies, or projects, her excitement ignites curiosity and admiration. Men are attracted to the enthusiasm that comes from doing what she loves because it signals vitality and joy. This is different from seeking validation. Passion comes from an internal drive to explore, create, and achieve. It is the energy of a woman who is fully engaged in her life and this energy creates an aura of attractiveness that goes far beyond appearance. A woman with purpose balances ambition with authenticity. She pursues her goals without stepping over others or compromising her values. Men notice this because it demonstrates integrity and strength of character. Purpose is not about competition, it is about self-fulfillment. When a woman invests in her passions, she communicates that she respects herself and values her time. This makes her presence inspiring and magnetic because it signals that she is fully committed to becoming the best version of herself. Curiosity and growth are essential components of passion. A woman who seeks to learn, explore, and expand her horizons demonstrates vitality and intelligence. Men are drawn to women who are intellectually and emotionally stimulating because this energy enhances connection and admiration. Passionate women are not stagnant, they evolve, adapt, and continually seek new experiences. This drive creates a sense of excitement and admiration that cannot be faked. Consistency is another hallmark of purpose. Men notice when a woman shows commitment to her passions over time. She doesn't abandon projects or interests when they become challenging, she perseveres. This consistency signals resilience, reliability, and focus, qualities that inspire admiration and trust. Passion paired with commitment reflects a woman who takes her life seriously, and this seriousness is naturally attractive because it demonstrates maturity and depth. Purpose also enhances confidence in subtle ways. A woman who knows where she is headed, who takes decisive action, and who invests in her goals exudes a quiet assurance. Men sense this inner stability and are drawn to it instinctively. Passion creates momentum that carries into interactions, decisions, and relationships. It is impossible to overlook the energy of someone who is fully engaged in their own journey because it radiates authenticity, vitality, and inspiration. Generosity of spirit often emerges from purpose. A woman who pursues her goals while uplifting and supporting others demonstrates a rare combination of ambition and empathy. Men notice when a woman inspires growth, offers guidance, and encourages others to reach their potential. This blend of self-drive and contribution is incredibly appealing because it reflects emotional maturity, intelligence, and a strong sense of self. Passion without empathy can feel self-centered, but passion coupled with purpose that benefits others is magnetic and unforgettable. Ultimately, a woman with passion and purpose embodies a form of beauty that cannot be manufactured. It is visible in her energy, her attitude, her actions, and her interactions. Men are drawn to this beauty because it signals life, vitality, and authenticity. It communicates that she has a rich inner world, a sense of direction, and a fire that cannot be extinguished. A woman who follows her passions and honors her purpose does not need to seek validation because her energy creates admiration naturally. She inspires, uplifts, and captivates simply by being fully alive. Many women carry beliefs about attraction that are not only misleading, but also limiting. Society, media, and popular culture have created an image of what is desirable, suggesting that beauty is only skin deep, that attention must be earned through appearance, and that a woman must change herself to be loved. These myths create unnecessary pressure and confusion, making women doubt their worth. The truth is far simpler and far more empowering. Attraction is not about fitting a mold. It is about authenticity, emotional presence, and inner strength. One common misconception is that physical perfection guarantees attraction. While appearances can create initial attention, they do not sustain meaningful connection. Men are instinctively drawn to energy, attitude, and presence, not to the symmetry of a face or the shape of a body. The qualities that build lasting attraction are subtle, often invisible, and deeply rooted in personality, behavior, and mindset. Confidence, kindness, and purpose, qualities that cannot be bought or faked, carry far more weight than temporary beauty standards. Understanding this frees women from chasing unrealistic ideals and allows them to focus on cultivating traits that truly resonate. Another pervasive myth is that vulnerability is a weakness. Many believe that showing emotion, admitting uncertainty, or expressing sensitivity will make them less attractive. In reality, emotional openness is a powerful form of connection. Men are drawn to women who can express feelings honestly because it fosters trust, intimacy, and understanding. Vulnerability demonstrates courage, self-awareness, and authenticity. When a woman allows herself to be seen without pretense, she communicates confidence and strength, not fragility. This deep emotional honesty is a magnet, forming bonds that are meaningful and long-lasting. Some women think that constantly trying to please or impress will make them more attractive. They may believe that agreeing with everyone, always smiling or seeking approval is the key to being liked. However, attraction grows from self-respect, not compliance. A woman who lives according to her values, who sets boundaries, and who expresses herself honestly is far more compelling than one who bends to fit expectations. Men sense integrity and authenticity, and they are naturally drawn to women who honor themselves while interacting respectfully with others. There is also a widespread belief that men are only drawn to wealth, status, or material possessions. While external factors can create temporary interest, they do not sustain admiration or affection. The qualities that leave a lasting impression are character, energy, and emotional presence. Men respond to women who inspire, uplift, and challenge them in positive ways. Passion, kindness, and confidence cannot be bought or imitated. They are cultivated from within. Understanding this empowers women to focus on growth, self-discovery, and genuine connection rather than superficial validation. Another misconception is that attraction requires perfection in behavior or appearance. Many women feel pressured to be flawless in every interaction, fearing that a single mistake will reduce their value. The truth is that imperfection is not a liability. It is a sign of authenticity. Men are drawn to women who are real, who embrace their flaws, and who act with honesty. Small quirks, genuine reactions, and natural expressions of emotion create relatability and charm. Trying to appear perfect often creates tension and anxiety, while embracing authenticity fosters ease, confidence, and magnetic energy. Some women believe that attractiveness depends on constant attention or validation. They may think they must always be admired, complimented, or noticed to maintain their appeal. In reality, the most magnetic women do not depend on external validation. Their energy is self-generated, and their presence draws people naturally. Men are attracted to women who are comfortable in their own skin, who move through life with purpose, and who treat themselves with respect. This self-sufficiency signals maturity, stability, and emotional strength, creating admiration that is both deep and enduring. There is also a misconception that attraction is about conforming to someone else's ideal. Women often feel pressure to change their style, behavior, or personality to fit what they think men want. This approach rarely works because men are drawn to uniqueness and authenticity. A woman who embraces her individuality communicates confidence, self-respect, and vibrancy. These qualities create an invisible force that pulls people in naturally. Trying to be someone else only masks true energy and diminishes the connection that comes from authenticity. It is common to believe that attraction is something that happens passively, without effort or awareness. Many women wait for attention to come instead of cultivating qualities that naturally inspire it. In reality, attraction grows from intentional self-care, emotional growth, and purposeful living. Confidence, kindness, and passion are not accidental traits. They are developed over time through self-reflection, action, and consistency. Men notice this energy because it reflects reliability, stability, and vitality. Breaking free from these myths allows women to step into their natural power. When attraction is understood as a reflection of inner qualities rather than external appearance or validation, it becomes empowering. Men are drawn to women who radiate confidence, emotional intelligence, and purpose because these traits signal authenticity, strength, and life experience. By rejecting false narratives and focusing on cultivating genuine energy, women unlock a form of beauty that is magnetic, lasting, and deeply impactful. Understanding and releasing these misconceptions is liberating. Women no longer need to chase attention or approval. They can focus on growth, self-love, and authenticity. Attraction becomes a natural byproduct of living fully, caring genuinely, and pursuing passions with intention. Men notice these qualities instinctively because they resonate with psychological and emotional cues that go far beyond superficial beauty. The result is a magnetic presence that draws admiration, respect, and meaningful connection effortlessly. Building qualities that create lasting attraction starts with small, intentional steps that shape your energy and presence. Confidence, kindness, and passion are not traits you are born with. They are developed over time through consistent practice and self-awareness. Every choice, habit, and mindset matters because it contributes to the way others perceive your energy and the way you feel about yourself. Men are drawn to women who radiate strength, warmth, and purpose, and cultivating these traits is both empowering and transformative. Confidence begins with self-reflection. Take the time to understand your strengths and celebrate them, no matter how small they may seem. Recognize your achievements and give yourself credit for the effort you put into every aspect of your life. This acknowledgement strengthens self-assurance because it reminds you of your capabilities and worth. Confidence grows when you focus on what you can control, your attitude, your actions, and your mindset, rather than worrying about how others perceive you. Men sense this internal stability because it signals independence, clarity, and reliability. Self-respect is an essential pillar of confidence. Setting boundaries, honoring your time, and choosing what aligns with your values communicates inner strength. Men notice when a woman stands firmly for herself without aggression or defensiveness. Confidence does not require proving anything to anyone. It requires living authentically and prioritizing your own well-being. Small actions such as speaking up when necessary, saying no without guilt, and pursuing goals with intention gradually build a sense of self-assurance that radiates naturally in every interaction. Kindness and emotional awareness can be cultivated through conscious practice. Start by listening fully to those around you, offering empathy without judgment, and responding with understanding. Men are drawn to women who make others feel valued because it signals emotional maturity and compassion. Simple acts, like expressing gratitude, acknowledging others' efforts, and offering support, strengthen emotional intelligence and create magnetic energy. Over time, these habits become part of your personality, producing a subtle but powerful aura that draws admiration and respect. Patience is another aspect of kindness that can be nurtured daily. Life is unpredictable, and challenges often require calm, thoughtful responses. Practicing mindfulness, taking deep breaths before reacting, and approaching difficult situations with perspective builds emotional resilience. Men notice this calm and composure because it reflects strength, balance, and maturity. A woman who responds thoughtfully, rather than impulsively, demonstrates control over her emotions, which naturally inspires trust and connection. Cultivating passion and purpose starts with discovering what truly excites and motivates you. Reflect on your interests, talents, and aspirations. Identify activities or goals that make you feel energized and alive. Men are drawn to women who pursue their passions because it signals vitality, self-direction, and a rich inner world. Once you find your purpose, dedicate time and effort to it consistently. Passion is strengthened through practice, growth, and commitment. Every step taken toward your goals amplifies your energy, creating a magnetic presence that others cannot ignore. Consistency is key when cultivating these qualities. Confidence, kindness, and passion grow stronger when practiced daily. Small, deliberate actions, like setting boundaries, expressing empathy, or pursuing personal growth, build a foundation for long-term magnetism. Men sense patterns of behavior and energy, and consistent demonstration of these traits creates admiration, trust, and attraction that feels natural and effortless. It is not about occasional grand gestures. It is about showing up authentically every day. Self-awareness enhances all these qualities. Reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and actions regularly. Notice when fear, doubt, or negativity arises, and consciously choose responses that align with your values. Emotional awareness allows you to navigate challenges gracefully, respond to others thoughtfully, and cultivate an inner energy that is stable and inspiring. Men are drawn to women who exhibit clarity, composure, and intentionality because it signals maturity and strength. Gratitude also strengthens attraction. A woman who appreciates her own life, celebrates small victories, and acknowledges the goodness around her radiates positivity. Men are drawn to optimism and appreciation because it creates a sense of safety, warmth, and inspiration. Practicing gratitude daily reinforces kindness, emotional stability, and inner strength, making the energy you project both powerful and magnetic. Finally, self-growth is essential. Seek knowledge, explore new experiences, and challenge limiting beliefs. Men are inspired by women who evolve continuously because it signals curiosity, courage, and resilience. Growth is not only about personal achievement, it enhances confidence, deepens emotional intelligence, and fuels passion. Every step taken to expand your capabilities, understanding, and awareness contributes to a presence that is attractive, authentic, and unforgettable. By intentionally cultivating confidence, kindness, and purpose, a woman transforms the energy she radiates. Men are drawn to this energy naturally because it communicates strength, warmth, and vitality. The process requires dedication, reflection, and consistent action, but the results are profound. A woman who invests in herself, nurtures her inner qualities, and lives with intention becomes magnetic, inspiring admiration, trust, and deep connection effortlessly. The impact of confidence, kindness, and passion is not just immediate. It leaves a lasting imprint on everyone a woman encounters. These qualities create energy that resonates beyond words or appearances. Men notice not only what a woman does, but also how she makes them feel. A woman who embodies these traits fosters a sense of admiration, trust, and inspiration that lingers long after interactions. The energy she carries influences moods, perceptions, and relationships in ways that are subtle yet powerful, creating a presence that is unforgettable. Emotional reinforcement begins with self-belief. When a woman consistently honors herself and her values, she strengthens the energy she projects. Men sense when a woman trusts her instincts, embraces her choices, and moves with purpose. This inner certainty reinforces admiration because it demonstrates stability and integrity. Confidence that is nurtured daily amplifies influence, making interactions more meaningful and creating a magnetic effect that attracts attention naturally. Kindness creates a ripple effect that strengthens emotional connection. Genuine care, empathy, and understanding communicate that a woman values the well-being of others. This emotional reinforcement deepens bonds, builds trust, and inspires loyalty. Men are drawn to women who make them feel seen and appreciated because it satisfies a fundamental need for validation and connection. Kindness is not transactional. It is an energy that communicates authenticity, warmth, and emotional intelligence. Over time, these qualities become a defining part of her presence. Passion and purpose amplify emotional reinforcement by signaling vitality and life energy. A woman who pursues her goals and lives with intention inspires admiration because her energy is contagious. Men are drawn to this drive because it communicates ambition, curiosity, and self-respect. Purpose reinforces attraction because it shows that a woman is not dependent on others for validation. She has a life that is fulfilling on its own. This type of energy strengthens emotional impact and leaves a lasting impression, creating admiration that goes far beyond superficial attraction. The combination of these traits creates a feedback loop that reinforces emotional impact. Confidence allows a woman to act with assurance, kindness builds connection and trust, and passion energizes presence and inspires admiration. Together, these qualities produce an invisible force that resonates deeply, shaping how people perceive her over time. Men notice this energy instinctively because it signals stability, emotional maturity, and authenticity, qualities that are universally attractive and psychologically compelling. Consistency strengthens reinforcement. Men are drawn to women who exhibit these qualities reliably because it signals reliability and trustworthiness. Confidence that fluctuates, kindness that feels inconsistent, or passion that wavers creates uncertainty. Emotional reinforcement grows when behaviors align with values consistently. This alignment builds admiration, deepens connection, and strengthens attraction because it signals authenticity and integrity. It communicates that a woman is dependable, self-aware, and emotionally grounded. Small daily actions enhance this emotional impact. Taking time to reflect, practicing empathy, pursuing personal goals, and expressing gratitude reinforce the energy a woman radiates. Men notice when these actions are habitual because it reflects discipline, awareness, and care. Emotional reinforcement comes not from grand gestures, but from consistent demonstration of values through behavior. Over time, these small acts accumulate, creating an energy that is magnetic, inspiring, and unforgettable. The way a woman responds under pressure also reinforces emotional impact. Challenges, disagreements, and setbacks are opportunities to demonstrate confidence, kindness, and resilience. Men are drawn to women who navigate difficulties with grace because it signals emotional strength and stability. Maintaining composure and responding thoughtfully amplifies the impression she leaves, reinforcing admiration and trust. Emotional reinforcement grows when actions under stress reflect inner strength rather than reactive behavior or insecurity. The perception of authenticity is central to lasting attraction. Emotional reinforcement is most powerful when it is genuine. Men instinctively detect energy that is sincere versus energy that is performative. A woman who acts from a place of integrity, who expresses emotions honestly, and who follows her passions without pretense creates a connection that is difficult to forget. This authenticity strengthens attraction, fosters trust, and leaves a long-term impact that is meaningful and profound. Ultimately, the energy cultivated through confidence, kindness, and purpose shapes lasting impressions. Men are not only drawn to these traits, they respond to the feelings they generate. Emotional reinforcement builds admiration, trust, and respect that are far deeper than surface-level attraction. A woman who invests in these qualities consistently creates a presence that inspires, uplifts, and captivates. The lasting effect is not measured by attention alone, but by the resonance she leaves in hearts and minds, creating relationships, connections, and interactions that are meaningful, authentic, and unforgettable. The qualities that make a woman magnetic do more than draw attention. They transform the way she experiences relationships and life itself. Confidence, kindness, and passion create a foundation for meaningful interactions, deep emotional connections, and fulfilling partnerships. Men are drawn to these traits not only because they inspire admiration, but because they create stability, trust, and harmony. These qualities shape the energy a woman carries, influencing the quality of her relationships and the way she is perceived over time. Confidence transforms relationships because it fosters independence and mutual respect. A woman who is self-assured does not cling, demand, or manipulate. Instead, she communicates clearly, acts decisively, and honors her boundaries. Men naturally respond to this because it signals strength and maturity. Confidence allows her to engage in relationships without fear of rejection or insecurity, creating space for healthy communication, trust, and equality. Partners feel inspired and motivated when a woman exhibits self-respect and inner stability, and this generates admiration that strengthens bonds over time. Kindness deepens connection and fosters intimacy. Genuine empathy, compassion, and thoughtfulness create an environment of emotional safety. Men are drawn to women who can offer understanding without judgment because it allows them to open up and share their feelings. Acts of consideration, such as attentive listening, expressing support, and offering encouragement, build trust and loyalty. Emotional bonds strengthen when a woman demonstrates care consistently, making relationships more harmonious, fulfilling, and long-lasting. Kindness enhances the quality of interaction because it signals that the relationship is valued and nurtured from both sides. Passion and purpose transform a woman's life and relationships by creating energy that is contagious and inspiring. Men are drawn to women who pursue meaningful goals, engage in activities they love, and live with intention. Passion communicates vitality, ambition, and a sense of self-direction. When a woman has a purpose, she is not dependent on anyone for validation or fulfillment, and this independence enhances attraction. Relationships become richer because she brings energy, curiosity, and excitement into every interaction. Passion inspires partners to grow alongside her, creating shared momentum, adventure, and mutual support. Together, these qualities influence personal life beyond relationships. Confidence encourages a woman to pursue her dreams, take risks, and make decisions that align with her values. Men are attracted to this decisiveness because it reflects competence and determination. Kindness enriches her social world by creating meaningful connections with family, friends, and colleagues. Emotional intelligence allows her to navigate conflicts gracefully, build harmony, and create trust. Passion adds fulfillment, motivation, and joy, making every aspect of life more vibrant. These traits enhance self-esteem, reduce anxiety, and increase satisfaction, creating a positive cycle of personal growth and attraction. The presence of these qualities also shapes perception in subtle yet powerful ways. Men are attuned to energy more than words or appearances. A confident, kind, and passionate woman radiates a combination of strength, warmth, and vitality that is difficult to ignore. Her energy signals reliability, trustworthiness, and authenticity, which builds admiration naturally. Relationships benefit because her presence encourages honesty, mutual respect, and collaboration. She becomes someone who is inspiring, engaging, and deeply influential, not through control, but through authenticity and inner power. Consistency reinforces transformation. Men respond not only to moments of charisma, but to patterns of behavior that reflect character. A woman who consistently demonstrates confidence, kindness, and passion creates a lasting impression because it signals stability, integrity, and self-awareness. Relationships thrive when these qualities are predictable in action, thought, and energy. Over time, admiration deepens into trust, attraction matures into affection, and interactions evolve into partnerships that are meaningful, balanced, and empowering for both individuals. Self-awareness enhances the impact of these traits. When a woman understands her emotions, values, and intentions, she navigates relationships with clarity and purpose. Men are drawn to women who communicate authentically, make thoughtful choices, and demonstrate emotional intelligence. This understanding fosters harmony because it reduces misunderstandings, encourages empathy, and supports shared growth. Relationships become more fulfilling when a woman engages consciously, rather than reactively, creating an atmosphere of respect and admiration. These qualities also encourage mutual growth. A woman who embodies confidence, kindness, and passion inspires partners to elevate themselves. Men notice the energy she radiates and often respond by matching her effort, engagement, and emotional investment. This creates a dynamic where both individuals grow together, strengthening the connection and deepening attraction. The relationship becomes a partnership rather than a dependency, fueled by respect, shared values, and mutual inspiration. Ultimately, these traits create a life that is magnetic and meaningful. Confidence empowers independence, kindness fosters connection, and passion drives purpose. Men are naturally drawn to these qualities not as superficial attractions, but as signals of a woman who is whole, self-aware, and alive. Relationships and personal experiences flourish because her energy shapes interactions, inspires respect, and builds trust. By embracing and cultivating these qualities, a woman transforms not only how she is perceived, but also how she experiences love, connection, and life itself, creating an impact that is profound, lasting, and deeply rewarding. Imagine stepping into your life fully aware of the power you already possess. The confidence, kindness, and passion you cultivate are not just traits. They are forces that shape your presence, your interactions, and your destiny. Men and people in general are drawn to energy that is authentic, vibrant, and self-assured. When you embrace your qualities fully, you stop chasing attention and start creating attraction effortlessly. This is the moment when life shifts, when relationships, opportunities, and personal growth align with the woman you were always meant to be. Self-belief is the foundation of everything. When you trust yourself, every action becomes intentional and every choice reinforces your value. Men are drawn to women who move through life with certainty and clarity because it signals strength and independence. Confidence is not about proving your worth. It is about recognizing it. Every step taken in alignment with your values amplifies your energy, radiates stability, and invites admiration naturally. You do not need to change who you are. You only need to fully embody the qualities that already exist within you. Kindness transforms the world around you. When you engage with others thoughtfully, listen deeply, and offer compassion, you create energy that is magnetic. Men notice when a woman treats others with respect, patience, and empathy because it signals emotional maturity and integrity. Acts of kindness build trust and connection effortlessly, leaving a lasting impression that goes beyond appearance or status. By expressing warmth and understanding, you cultivate relationships that are meaningful, supportive, and deeply fulfilling. Passion and purpose illuminate your path. A woman who pursues her dreams and follows her interests emits energy that is inspiring and contagious. Men are drawn to this vitality because it reflects independence, drive, and authenticity. Living with purpose allows you to create a life full of experiences, growth, and fulfillment. It shows that you value yourself and your time, and it inspires those around you to elevate their own energy. When passion is present, it transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary connections, leaving a lasting imprint on hearts and minds. Consistency is the key that binds these qualities together. Confidence, kindness, and passion grow stronger when practiced daily. Men respond to patterns of behavior that demonstrate reliability, authenticity, and self-respect. Small deliberate actions, like setting boundaries, expressing gratitude, or pursuing personal goals, compound over time to create a magnetic presence. This energy becomes unmistakable, influencing the way people perceive you, how they interact with you, and how they remember you. Consistency turns traits into lifestyle, presence into influence, and effort into effortless admiration. Self-awareness magnifies impact. When you reflect on your emotions, intentions, and actions, you make choices that align with your values and amplify your energy. Men sense this clarity and respond instinctively to it because it signals maturity, stability, and authenticity. Emotional intelligence allows you to navigate challenges gracefully, communicate effectively, and maintain harmony in relationships. This creates an environment where attraction is natural, trust is solid, and admiration grows without effort. Breaking free from societal myths about beauty and attraction is liberating.